Well, another do-nothing day for me. Oh, I didn't get out. Got a sore knee. Oh, I'm still sore from that fall day before yesterday. I just took a pill and I need to let me get something to get it down. I take those pills and they get stuck in my neck. I got this great niece. She's my nephew's daughter. This is on my wife's side of the family. I won't say my great niece's name. She was a little sweetie. I really liked her. I still like her. She has she's married to a black guy. She's never went out or dated a white person, a white man. And she's got kids. They're all biracial. They're mixed. And her daddy has never accepted this. He won't claim the kids or nothing. It's a damn shame. And I guess you could say my nephew is racist. A lot of my in-law side of my family were racist. But my nephew has not accepted the fact that, and he asked her one time, and I didn't hear this firsthand, but I was told this, and I don't have no reason to believe it's not true. And her daddy was getting on her about crossing the racial line and all that. And my niece told her daddy, she said, well, Daddy, said, look at me, I'm so ugly that no white man would have nothing to do with me. Now, if I could talk to her face to face, I would try to make her understand that what she said was about as racist as it gets. When she says no white man will have nothing to do with her, it's why she's going out with blacks. So what she's saying is the black person is inferior and the white man is superior. And the superior person won't have nothing to do with her because of the way she looks. Now that's racist. Yeah, it certainly is, you know. And that's partly her daddy's fault for her believing that stuff, you know. And deep down inside, that's what she believes. Which is a shame. Because deep down inside, in the back of her mind, and she's not probably conscious of it, but she's thinking or she's saying that her mixed kids are inferior to pure white kids. And that her husband, if they're married, I don't know if they're married or not, saying that he's inferior. And what she's saying is the inferior people will have something to do with her and the superior person won't. It just troubles me that people say things, they believe things that, like, she was, if you ask her is she racist, she'll say no. But deep down inside, there's something embedded there that's saying just the opposite. And baby, if you're watching this, you know, if she's watching this, think about it, dear. Try to get your head straight. Golly, Ned. You know, the race thing, and you know what? Even with me, in my situation, with my babies being mixed the way they are and all that, there's still some racist in me. But it goes way back. It was embedded. It was just taught at such an early age, and it's there. It's in you. And but I've come a long, long way. I don't even, if, I mean, what the heck am I trying to say? I don't see color. I honestly don't. If somebody brings it up, then I realize, oh yeah, he's black. Oh yeah, she's black. But just to meet somebody on the street, I don't see the color. And I would always see the color. But I feel so bad for my niece that her father's not accepting her babies, his grandchildren. That's so sad. It's just like my barber that I had way back when Donovan was born. And when he got old enough to have his first haircut, I asked my barber if he could cut my grandson's hair. You know, the reason I asked was because I know cutting a black person's hair is a lot different than cutting a white person's hair and stuff like that. Just because of the way their hair is and the way a white person's hair is. That's the reason I asked it. And I'd been going to this barber for a long time. And he said, yeah, I'll cut it, but I don't want him bringing no more of them in here. No more of them in here. That's racist. And the barber may not think so, but I thought so, and I picked up on it real quick. I never went back to that barber again. Because when he said that, I said, well, don't worry, you don't have to cut his hair, and you don't even have to cut mine no more. And that was the last time I was in there. It just, there's so many things that I pick up on now since my experience with my grandchildren being black and everything. I had a friend, known him a long time, and I was in this old country store, and I was talking about my grandson, Donovan, the oldest one, and I was bragging on him about something. And this friend of mine was in their store there too, and it's kind of a place where a lot of us old coots hung out, you know, in the mornings getting coffee and stuff like that. And I went out to the car, I forgot my money. And I didn't say anything, I just went out. And when I got my billfold, I come back in, and my friend was standing over talking, and he said, damn, the way Russell talked, you'd think that little N word was white. That's what he said. So that was pretty much the end of my friendship with that gentleman. I just told him, I said, I'm glad I walked back in, and now I know how you feel, my friend. So I ain't had no use for him since then. And, oh boy, your office, what the heck was that? Ain't no telling. Oh. I guess I'll have to deal with stuff like that till the day I die. But it is what it is. I try not to get too upset when something happens like that, like I used to. I was ready to fight. But they're my babies. I got another story. Back in the late 40s, this is before my mom and daddy separated and divorced. They separated and divorced in 1951, so this had to be like 1949, 1950. And Daddy made these rabbit traps. It was like a long box, and it was shaped about like that, and it had a little door on it that raised up, and a hook thing went down, and to a stick that went down inside the box. And that was what would trip the door to fall if a rabbit went in it. And he would take these things out in the woods. It was close to where we lived, across the railroad track. And he was catching rabbits, and we was having rabbit. We ate a lot of rabbit. And and I'd go with him when he'd go out there to get them, you know, and I didn't like it when he killed the rabbits. I wanted to let them go. But I would eat them. And one day we was going out there checking the traps. He had like 4 or 5 traps sitting around, in the woods, and he'd raise that door and take a little slice of apple and put on that thing inside the thing there that tripped it when the rabbit would go in there and start eating on the apple. And it would trip it and the door would fall down. And trap the rabbit. And I don't recall him ever going back on the second where there wasn't at least one or two rabbits. One day, we went and he was checking the traps. First trap had a rabbit, and he'd take the rabbit out and he would kill it and put it in a big pocket on his jacket. He had a hunting jacket. Second trap we went to, it was tripped, and he's assuming it's a rabbit. But guess what? It won't no rabbit. It won't no rabbit. He turned that box up on its end and pulled that door open and reached down there to grab that rabbit. And it was a raccoon. He reached down there and grabbed that. That sucker ate him up. Just yeah, squalling. Oh my God. I mean, it tore his hand up pretty good. And, wild raccoon, I know people have them as pets, but these wild ones, they're not pets. But it ate him up. From then on, when he'd see the door shut, he'd turn that thing up on its end. He'd look in there before he could start sticking his hand down there, grab what's supposed to be a rabbit. Him scared the pea hunky doodles out of me. I never heard him holler like that before, but he was sure squalling that day. Oh my gosh. I got some good memories of my daddy back when I was that age. I guess you could call that a good memory. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, I gotta make another story just popped into my mind. Let me jot that down right quick. Hold on a minute, folks. I got board there. Yep. Then ready. Odds truth, folks, if I think of a story, something that happened, if I don't write it down right then, an hour from now, I'll start to remember what was it I was wanting to tell. I forget it. I've got to write it down instant. Then I go in there and record it on my tablet thing in my computer, and I can print out the thing, like I just did on here. But then I'll have to print another one once I get that one in there. But I just forget them. Now I'll forget this thing I just wrote down. Now if I don't look down there at it, I'll forget it. And I'm highlighting, when I tell a story, I highlight it so I'll know not to tell that again. Wow. But, yeah, I was going to ask my daughter when she got her stimulus check if she would buy me that ramp, the one that's $299 on Amazon. All she'd have to come up with is $200, because I've got $100 that somebody left on my PayPal tip jar. And when I asked her about it, she probably would have done it, but she had already got her stimulus. I didn't know it. She said she told me. I don't remember her telling me she got her stimulus. Yeah, she got $1,400 for her and $1,400 for Jade, and she'd already got it. She already put it towards bills and paid some things off in advance and stuff, you know. And Donovan hadn't got his yet. Of course, I don't figure I'll get one anyway. I never have got one. Don't think I ever will, but yeah, I was going to ask her about that ramp. I need that ramp bad. But I ain't going to be attempting to walk down them steps again. Even if I got help, I was out there today, man, and I was even afraid to get near it. Maybe I'll try and do it again tomorrow with my grandson out there, and I want to go for a ride on the scooter again. Oh, man, pain. Why is them leg pains starting, for crying out loud? Good gracious. But yeah, my daddy, he got a raccoon eat him up. My daddy wasn't a big man neither. He was about, well, he struck me about that much. So he must have been about 5'7", 5'8". And he was skinny as a rail. He didn't have any meat on his bones. He wasn't a big feller. So I don't know where, well, I guess in my genes would be coming from my granddaddy Pearson's side. Granddaddy, his nickname was High Pockets. And oops, there come another story. Gee whiz. Let me write that down right quick. Oh man. And you know, my daddy, just a little feller, he's sure got in a lot of bar fights. I remember him coming home beat up several times. Oh man. And none of his brothers were big fellas, you know. I don't understand that. Granddaddy was tall, but all his kids, they were just medium to small, you know. One of my aunts, she was, one of his daughters, my Aunt Ann, she was obese. She was the big girl of the family. The rest of them wasn't. And there was 10 of them children. Actually, it was 11, but one died right after it was born. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I will catch you in the next one. Y'all have a good one.